Today we're going to be doing another fantasy draft rebuild here on Madden 25, and we're bringing back the wheel spinner. It's been a while since we've used it, and maybe even the last time we used it, we actually did this rebuild, but it's one of my favorites, which is the position wheel spin rebuild. We're going to have all the positions from quarterback down to punter on a wheel, and whatever we land on when we spin it, that is the position we have to draft. As you can see here, we have every single position. We have them randomized. I literally clicked shuffle. I'll even do it again a couple times. Boom. And whatever we land on is what we are drafting. So without further ado, which we don't even know what freaking round we're at, what pick in the round we are, let's do it. Let's see what we get. Obviously, offensive players like quarterback would be a must grab. Free safety, I mean, there's obviously some names, but definitely not the position you want. Now that we have our first position, let's actually go into the draft and see how high we're selecting, which is at 28, which is actually not bad, considering, would this even be the first free safety off the board? Like, where's Jesse Bates? I don't see Jesse Bates anywhere, and if he hasn't been taken yet, that's probably who we're going to be taking since he's damn near a 99 overall in the game now. Let's take a look, and yeah, there he is, Jesse MF and Bates at 27 years old, probably going to be our choice. But I should also note, for anyone watching right now, if you are a member of the channel, we will have yet another rebuild tomorrow for members only. It is going to be the first of our monthly rebuilds. We're going to do one per month for I don't know how long, maybe until I die. So maybe you get 5 more rebuilds exclusively. So maybe check out by clicking the join button. All the details are in there. If you end up enjoying this video in general, though, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to 100K, and that's enough yap. Do we actually want to go Jesse Bates? Yep, Jesse Bates, that's going to be our guy. 97 overall, 27-year-old. Looks great. Boom. We move right back to the wheel. Of course, for these positions, I'm going to kind of take them off the board once we have enough. Oh my god, I was looking. I thought it was kicker. Please be tight end, I think, right? I think we want that. We get tight end. But yeah, you know, for a tight end, you could argue that you only need one, but I'm going to say, you know, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers, at least 3 safeties. So, you know, we'll kind of play it by ear, but for the most part, I'm going to play it pretty conservatively. Who the hell are we going to add tight end? Because I am not going Travis Kelce, dude. He's like 30,000 years old. How old is he? 34 years old. I don't know about that. George Kittle, is he 28? Don't be higher than 28. Third! Almost died there. 30 years old. I know it's a reach, but a superstar at 85 overall, 21 years old. Yeah, he's a rookie too. This is a crazy drop-off, but he's a rookie. We know that rookies this year have a crazy XP multiplier. If he puts up 800 yards, I think it'd be a 91, 92 overall by the end of the year, and that is clutch. So we're going Brock Bowers as our second overall pick. I mean, it's our second round pick, but it's our second pick overall, I suppose. Give me something that isn't, you know, the positions we know we don't want. Oh, the bad part about this is the right guard position I'm still pretty sure is broken in-game. So I don't even know who I'm going to see. Like, right guard is so broken in-game right now that I genuinely might just have to make it where right guard is just left guard. Because oh, wait a minute. I think age is overall. Okay, so age is actually overall in this, I think. Okay, maybe not. Take back what I said. Obviously, Zach Martin is still one of the highest, if not the highest guard in the game. Chris Lindstrom, he's 27, so he would be very high on my list as well. Zeitler, doing it for a long time, but obviously just too old. Trey Smith's a superstar now. And, mind you, a right guard. I didn't even know that. The guards, let them cook, by the way. Like, what roster am I using? Is this the right one? Obviously, I think it's pretty self-explanatory that we're going Trey Smith. He's 2 years younger than Lindstrom, and he is superstar. I will say, though, the finesse. So 79 pass block, 73 finesse. What about Lindstrom? What are we looking at here? Better, but like, is it worth it? He is really athletic. 77 speed, 81. I really don't know. Like, I didn't really think I was going to. Oh, I'm looking at Trey Smith, not Tyler Smith. Yeah, Trey Smith. I'm just confused there. I don't know, dude. He's 2 years younger, but I don't really care too much about that right now. Yeah, whatever, I do care. If this takes 5 years, that's 32 years old at 27, you know? So, we're going to go with the youth. It's a close call. I wish you could direct compare, but they don't let you. What do we get? Quarterback? Ooh, this could be clutch. I don't know who's going to be left, but we might actually have a QB. Show me the QB. Oh, God. This is actually the opposite of clutch. Okay, wait. Hold on. We have a couple of guys here. So Bryce is still normal. Thought maybe with his little glow up lately he would have went back up. I think Anthony Richardson's still normal as well. But there's a guy that has been killing it in Sim for me, which is ironic enough because he probably won't kill it for me. But, like, you know, we see it during rebuilds and whatnot. JJ McCarthy, I think he's clear-cut the best choice anyways because he might be the only hidden dev player that isn't, like, old as hell. So that's going to be our guy. You know, we could go, like, Stafford or something, but no. We're going to go JJ McCarthy. I almost said the jet plane. 30th ranked QB, baby. That's exactly how I like it. Oh, I should have taken QB off. I might have to respin here. You know what? I'm going to allow it. Left out is probably not going to be our best bet, but I'm going to allow it just because I made the mistake. Now, this work is interesting because, oh, it's not very interesting at all. I think Jared versus clear-cut the best choice. But obviously, we're usually running 4-3s in these fantasy draft rebuild realms, but Leo Chanel is really good. The problem is pass rusher is just a little bit harder to get, and yeah, Jared versus killing it. So Jared versus my guy. I got to remember to take off QB. For most positions, we're going to be having backups, but QB, that's not a position that we're doing. Who do we get? Left tackle? That's not terrible. That's not terrible. I mean, we're avoiding kicker and punter and fullback. Left tackle, we still got some very good options. Obviously, Garrett Bowles just got paid in real life quite a bit of money at his age. Fashionu's still superstar. That is like a huge drop-off when you could just take, you know, Andrew Thomas, who's like, what, 26, 25? It's just not even asking any more questions. Andrew Thomas, welcome to the team. 13 overall drops is crazy. We can't do that. We need a wide receiver, by the way. Oh my god, tight end. I don't think we need 2 tight ends, but at the same time, I'm going to allow it enough. But I did remove tight end after that. Obviously, we're not going for more than that. Dallas Goedert's not superstar anymore, so it does not look like we'll be going that route. Why didn't this work? I want a running back as well. Kyle Pitts, I guess. You could even argue maybe putting him at wide receiver. I don't think that's what we're going to do because I think he doesn't really translate super well there in-game, but we'll see what happens. Kyle Pitts is going to be our guy regardless. All right, it could have been worse. We ended at least having like a super athletic dude that could potentially, like I said, play wide receiver. And speaking of wide receiver, we land when I have no idea who's there, but let's see it. All right, first name I'm seeing is probably Pittman, 26 years old. So that's, I mean, it's young enough. Cortland Sutton is like 28, I think. Yeah, so, I mean, he's not bad. And if you got a superstar, you might be able to make it happen, but I'm probably going to be lowering it down a little bit here. I don't see how I can pass on a rookie player. Xavier Worthy also is a rookie, though. Very speedy. I don't think speed matters too much in Sim, though, for some reason. So I'm going to go with someone, you know, a little different than normal. Lad McConkey. Welcome to the team. Wide receiver 1, apparently. So we at least land ourselves a wide receiver. We'll see what happens with Kyle Pitts. Maybe we do put him there, too. No! Well, that happened. Well, who the hell do I want? Brandon Aubrey, I think, is technically the best. He's 29, but I don't really care. This rate, kickers and all that, it's fine. On to the next one. We took kicker off, obviously. Oh, not a hope. Not a hope it's going to be fullback. Oh my, you could genuinely not get any closer to fullback than what just happened. Also, shout out to the running backs that are gone. It's gone. It's over. We could have got like a chain or something, but we're done for. We're literally screwed, dude. That's like the one position you can't sell me on, and they sold me. 21 years old. Well, you've sold me. 6'8", 340. Hidden dev, what do you want from me? Looking like Busta Rhymes there a little bit. Freaking love Busta Rhymes, dude. Halloween goat. All right, spin that wheel, baby. You know that movie was crazy wild. Another safety. This time at least a strong safety, so they did kind of, you know, mix it up a little. One more safety after this, so the safeties stick to the board. I think Tyler Nubin, who really has never done much for me, is going to be our choice. Just going to make sure that, like, Tyke Smith and those guys aren't, you know, better somehow. But, yeah, likely going to be going the route of Nubin. And honestly, call me crazy. Yeah, this is why I said that I'm going to check Nubin versus Tyke. Because I think Smith might be a better player. Especially when you factor in that he's probably hybrid, which he is, which is the better upgrades for safeties. Like, tell me that doesn't look equal or better, especially when you factor in the speed. I'm going Tyke Smith. I'm doing it. I don't care. There was like an age difference, but there's just not. It's just the same. Oh, do we get a running back? Oh, keep going. Okay, I don't know if we've caught A-Chain in time, though. Where is he? I don't know. Please. He's still here. A-Chain is still here. Got to make sure that we do want him, though, because I do worry about the short running backs. I don't know what it is, but in-game, the short running backs are horrible. Like, I'm really kind of thinking Jonathan Brooks because he's taller and more balanced. And hell, you even have Trey freaking Benson, dude. Like, when's the last time you've seen A-Chain develop into a really good running back? Like, I feel never. Am I a crazy person? I don't really feel like I've seen Benson do it either, but that's because he's behind someone because he's not that high of an overall compared to James Conner. I'm going Jonathan Brooks. I've just never had A-Chain develop, ever. I'm going with someone that I don't know about, but I can tell you this much, A-Chain's never developed for me. If I was using the team, it's not even close. I'm taking A-Chain 55 times over, but still. No punter, no punter, no punter. Center should still be decent. 23, basically 80 across the board with 88 strength. Versus Jackson Powers Johnson, who is the better choice because he's 2 years younger, which means his development's going to be a little bit quicker. Back to the wheel. We've sort of, well, there we go. I was about to say, we sort of avoided a lot of tough positions you don't want to see, but nope, here we are with fullback. All right, fullback. This is a tough one because, you know, Kyle Juszczyk is obviously very good, but he's 33 years old, so do I really go with a 33-year-old that's not going to be here for the rest of this rebuild? Whereas Pat Ricard, if we want to keep a fullback, probably will. I think the big thing is, though, if any of these guys needs a contract, whether they're freaking 23 years old or 33 years old, am I going to pay him? Probably not, so I'm just going to take as good as you can get right away. Kyle Juszczyk. Also, am I a crazy person for taking Brock Bowers over George Kittle? Like, I don't feel like we're talking about this enough. Back to the center well. I don't think we've talked about this enough. My fears of age is getting in my way of drafting good players, I think. Oh, Lord, we are dropping hard in talent. Well, I think Cooper Beebe or Graham Barton are going to be our two choices. 23-year-old Beebe, almost 80 everything. And then we go to the center. Barton, who could definitely play anywhere. And you've had the decision already made for you before you even clicked it. Boom. Don't know how many linemen we need. I think we need like one more, and then we're just like free of the linemen, huh? I think that might be it. I'm pretty sure. We have 2, 3... Wait, I think we already have them all. Yeah, never mind. We're re-rolling because we already have them all. Boom. Re-roll. We have 5 linemen. I thought we had 4, but we do have 5. And it didn't really help us out because we get a backup no matter what. We are looking at free safety, but we're done. Safety's gone as well after this. Who do we want at free safety? Brian Cook is pretty young still, right? I know Nick Cross is. Caden Bullock, is he hidden dev? All right, Caden Bullock, I think, has already made the choice for us because Bullard, I think, would have been gone already. Boom. Caden Bullock. Or Kalen Bullock. I keep saying Caden. Also, technically, we shouldn't even have done that wheel because we should have had all the linemen removed, but we got a backup safety, which is bad enough as is. So, I mean, it is what it is. We can have a running back. Nope, we're going to have an outside linebacker. Damn, some of the toughest positions to draft and develop were ones that are just, like, completely ignored through the spins, which is really unfortunate, but what can you do? Like, what is our edge situation looking like? It's just Verse, isn't it? We have no DT, no left end, no right end, and technically Verse is going to be playing there. No other, like, coverage linebackers. See if we got any luckiness. Overshown, still normal dev. That hurts. That hurts. I'm just saying it hurts. What else do we have? Dorian Williams, Christian Harris, Tyree Wilson. He's up there in age now, isn't he? Adisa Isaac. This don't feel right. Oh, what about Nick? That's it. What about Nick? Yeah, I'm going to go Nick. Mr. Big, if you will. Let's go to the next position, and here we go with another crap pick. We did get lucky with QB early enough, although I don't know when JJ goes. He probably goes like pick 15 or something, but around 15. But we got our punter. Who is the best punter? Is it still wherever the hell he is? Is he gone? Stonehouse, there he is. Stonehouse is down to a 76 overall, mind you, is superstar. There's our kicker punter. Only team that's going to have superstar punter and kicker in the league. If there was ever anything to be happy about, we don't even have a corner. They gave us basically the entire offensive draft. They gave us no defense. We got the first pick was a defensive player, and then it was like 10 straight offensive players, I'm pretty sure. But hey, now it's almost all defense that's left, so, I mean, there's really not much more they can give us. There's going to be somebody I'm going to miss in here. We have Foskey, who's kind of on the older side now. Do you maybe go Darius Robinson to play DT? I think the pure value is going to be there. That's going to be the plan. Darius Robinson for DT. Back to the wheel. Give us some, like, non-dupes. Or I guess wide receiver wouldn't hurt us. And they give us running back, don't they? Right outside linebacker. Not much better. I guess the choice is going to be between Dorian Williams and Christian Harris. Dorian, I think, is a little bit younger than Christian Harris, though, right? Which, if he is, that's on its own enough because they're very close. Oh, Christian Harris is only 23. Dorian's a rookie, though, right? I feel like this year's been so long. I'm going Dorian Williams. Not as fast, but he is a rookie, right? I mean, it's too late now. I've taken him. Here we go with another spinneroo. We get ourselves an actual defensive tackle. Let's see who's there. Might be somebody like Brizzy. I guess we go Mason Smith for that odd chance that we just have one of those super glow-up seasons for a rookie. We've had it happen once before. With him specifically, I'm pretty sure. So one more DT, and we're pulling that position off the list. I don't think we've gotten a single corner, mind you. That's kind of crazy, you know? It's a little wild. And now, who the hell do we take at wide receiver? I mean, you're probably just going to go by age. Troy Franklin. Oh, Donovan Mitchell's there. I mean, he's just the easiest one every time. Like, he's a guy that I would argue start to finish, if you have no parameters, that he should be a starter. Like, he has all the potential in the world. Right back to the spinner. Might still try Kyle at wide receiver. We'll see. And then DT now looks finished, if you ask me. We go the another youngster, Mekhi Wingo. We've seen him develop a couple times. No strength at all, but whatever. All right, let's see what we got. We're getting down to the nitty, and we still have no corner, mind you. No corner. Just none. I think Joseph Osai is going to be your best bet, talent-wise, so Osai. All right, here we are. A bunch of linebackers, a backup wide receiver / running back, and like 1,000 corners, which we're still not going to get. That is crazy. If corner ends up the last one without any corners being selected beforehand, that is crazy. I mean, they're all kind of random. I guess Troy Franklin's like the youngest. I know he's 6'2". I don't really want this many tall dudes, but Troy Franklin. And we're now, once again, to the portion where I want to see corner not get taken because I want to see it literally be last. It's insane if that happens. A Trevin Wallace? Yeah, thank you. I'll take that. They just gave me the best middle linebacker in the game for free. Okay. Yeah, I'm weeping, buddy. Surely. Not bad, though. As we get another linebacker, we imagine no corners until it's physically impossible to do anything but corner. Little surprised to see Christian Harris still here. I mean, we made a choice earlier between the two, so obviously Christian Harris is going to be a starter. Come on, avoid corner. No, it's looking bad. Okay, that's fine. Right outside linebacker again. It's been all right out. Let's go with someone new. Clark we've used. He never really did anything for us. Henry, maybe. I don't know. And with that, that's our fourth off ball, so it is now time for the final three, where if we get anything but corner, we're actually down to just the other ones. Like, this will be our fourth wide receiver, I think. Like, there's actually no way, right? Like, there's just no way. We're not going to start any of these guys, so why not just go decent overall with likely mentor in Adam Thielen? Am I, like, thinking wrong here? I think this is a good value. Adam Thielen's my guy. Here it is. 50-50 shot. If running back gets taken here, it comes off the board, and the final position is a position we have actually had 0 rolls for. I don't even know how this is fathomically possible. Ah, you gotta be kidding. We could have done something insane. Oh, well. Oh, Max Melton's still there. Not gonna be hidden, but yeah, Max Melton. Man, it's so good to have Max Melton this deep into the draft because you always have at least somebody to go for. I just want, running back to go so I can stop spinning the wheel, There it is. There it is. Running back to finish it out as the rest will just be running corner and we don't need to spin anymore. All right, who the hell do we want to go with? Braylon Allen, 88 speed, 89 excel, Banakanda, Carson Steele, Kendry Miller. I mean, I kind of want to go with a rookie. Wish I could show just by rookies. I guess we'll just go Braylon Allen. Screw it, 20-year-old Braylon Allen. Welcome to the team. Part of me almost wants to make him the guy, Let's go corner, though. Carson, Smith, Wade, Valentine. Whoever starts out of that group. Get ourselves Smith, Wade. And then we're down to just Carrington, Valentine. And then the rest of the draft will be simulated. There's Carrington. Might be our corner 2 or 3. And now we are moving along. Kind of want to see if there's any tight ends there, though, because I will say we are probably going to give Kyle Pitts a chance at wide receiver if we can, because I don't know what his overall is going to be. If it's under like 75, it's probably not worth it. Any youthful Barner, he's not very fast. It's a little embarrassing. I was hoping he would have been, I'll just take him even though he's slow. 67 overall as a young person is worth it. 22 years old. Slow as hell, but he's, you know, he's an okay overall. And then let's move on. I don't know what the hell they're going to draft us. Probably a bunch of linebackers, DNs, and O-line because they're like, well, you drafted none of those. It's like, no, we did. They're just not actually there. Give them a chance. They'll move around. Okay, so our lowest overall on that first page is 77. Where does everyone else rank? 80, 79. 80 to 81 seems to be a pretty common factor here. I was like, wow, that team's really killing it. No, they're not. Okay, relax. But yeah, 80, 81. So like I said, about, you know, in my opinion, 20% of our draft. So a 20% weaker class, you know, overall, but certain positions are going to be more valuable. Wow, they were really trying to get JJ to become the GOAT. They gave him 2 mentors. That's wild. Damn. Okay, I believe in it. I want to see Pitts at wide receiver now as well. 82 down to a 75. I think I'm going to roll that because he's just not going to do anything as a backup tight end. So Kyle Pitts is going to be wide receiver 2 right next to McConkey. All right. That's going to be an interesting one. Never been able to do that either, so it's going to be potentially fun as hell. But yeah, this team obviously needs a little bit of an overhaul. We got to move these guys around. You know, some of these guys just, you know, aren't starters. Like Herbig is going to be an edge rusher. These 3 might start. I guess maybe not because you have Trevin, but 2 of those will start. Verse needs to go to left end and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to be a weaker defense, but I think that's not a bad way to go about it. You know, get a really good offense, and maybe it is a bad way to go about it, because if you get a good defense, you have half the team set, but you're probably not good enough to win games, so you get a better draft pick. Whereas now, we're probably not good enough to do any real damage outside of maybe a playoff win or 2, because our defense is going to give up too many points, but we'll have too good of a draft pick to really fix it early. Either way, I think we'll be fine. Hopefully. So we're about to look at the team, but look at the overall, 78 to their 84. Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Let's take a look at the team, though, now. So when it's actually fixed, though, we have, you know, the linemen in the right spot, the defensive players in the right spot. It's an 80 overall. I think 84 is also a little high anyways. I'd say the average is around 83. So we're a little bit lower, you know, but we're okay. We got a lot of rookies. A lot of them. 2, 4, 7 rookies starting. 5 wins, probably. 5 wins, not 5 golden, whatever the hell. But yeah, McConkey, wide receiver 1. Kyle Pitts at wide receiver 2 with that size. What would his downside be? His release, probably? Yeah, I don't know. 75 overall seems pretty fair. Like, if I drafted this guy, 6'6", 91 speed, 93 excel, 75 overall in the draft, I'd be pretty happy with it, right? It's not as busted as it would be if he was actually at tight end, but still, you can make that work. Offensively, I mean, maybe a wide receiver, but I'm feeling okay with it. Defensively, though, some we didn't even put ourselves in a 4-3. There's some linemen, some linebackers, some corners. Oh my God, Tyke, just give it up, dude. What is going on up there? I know it sucks, but just give it up. Unless that's an old pitcher and, you know, money has found his way into his pocket and money solves all problems. I don't care what your problem is. Even death probably can to be solved. It's been a bit of a shaky one to start, I'll be honest. Oh my God, look at the linemen we got to pay. So Andrew Thomas under 20 per year, which is a steal. Trey Smith under 20 per year, which is a steal. So that actually is probably very beneficial that our 2 best linemen need contracts right away before the market kind of resets. So let's do a 7-year 112, which is pure theft in this market. And then Andrew Thomas will do a 7-year deal worth 130, which is once again theft in this market. So 105 mil, but we just paid our 2 most expensive linemen under 40 per. Hey, JJ McCarthy's a superstar, Dave. He got a 70% completion percentage and 1 or fewer interceptions with a minimum of 25 passing attempts challenge and completed it. Another 4,500 XPs. Well, I knew JJ was the guy. And yeah, I was afraid. I was like, you know what? I wonder if he actually got it or if it was just cheese. I was afraid to look. He did it. He genuinely got that challenge. 78% completion percentage with 33 attempts. He outdid that by a lot. He threw a pick, but it was one or fewer. It was also a game that kind of ended a 4-game losing streak, which could open the door for a playoff run. We'll see, but I doubt it. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Is the team going to do it? This would be a hell of a turnaround, I'll tell you that much. They do! Wow. Oh, it's because we won the division. The Bears at 9-8 miss the playoffs because of a generational turnaround. Look at this turnaround. So we obviously won that game to get to Superstar, lost a game, won a game, lost a game, but then won 4 in a row. I really did not see I think at one point we were like 4-6, 3-6, something like that, playoff team with this. Kyle Pitts also killed it, but looking at McCarthy, 32 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 4,700 yards. Kept the Lions scheme, which, little surprised. I thought maybe the backup running back would do a little bit better in this scheme. Had McConkey as our featured guy, but Pitts had a great year on top of it. So did Bowers. Mitchell wasn't too bad. He had a breakout scenario, failed it, unfortunately. But McConkey, I mean, that's like Rookie of the Year numbers if JJ doesn't win it. Hopefully it's one of our guys. Thomas, 16 sacks allowed because this game's stupid as hell. Jared Verse, 18.5 as a rookie. Oh my God, this. And then Nick with an 11-sack season. Wallace with 142. Who's winning Rookie of the Year? Probably Verse, but Wallace close behind. Smith Wade with 4. I mean, this is going to be a glow-up, dev-up, god-tier season for us. If we don't get at least 5 dev-ups, I'd be shocked. MVP goes to Josh Allen. What did we do, though? Come on, Rookie of the Year, McConkey. It wasn't going to be McCarthy because of the pick, so as long as it's McConkey, that's fine by me. Jared Verse, number 1, with Trevin Wallace at 2. Best QB all the way at 10, sadly, with those picks. Running back, definitely not even close. McConkey at number 3. Pitts at number 9. O-line at number 10. D-line at number 3. Linebacker at number 5. DB at number 7. Kicker at number 10. I do, however, need to see A-Chain. Please, don't be good. Just don't. Just suck, man. I don't ask for much. Just a little suck. Yeah, so, I mean, that's not bad, right? It's not as bad, it's not as bad as our guy. But considering he's 4 overalls higher and has all that speed, this is kind of what I was worried about. And our guy's a rookie, so it's like there's a chance that he could have won Rookie of the Year. There's a chance he could have the Rookie Glow Up XP. I think we made the right call, and unfortunately the call doesn't matter. We basically called the same pizza shop, and we're getting the same order no matter what. But here it is, the Rams. We stole Jared Verse from them. Technically, sort of, kind of. 7-0 for the Rams, though. We do get 7 back. Once again, rocking that Detroit Lions offense, which I actually kind of like a little bit. Didn't really get the running numbers I was hoping for, but the receiving numbers were really good. Detroit up 28-24. And looks like we're going to win a game here. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah, we will. So we're going to move on to the divisional round. After barely sneaking in with a super turnaround on the season, J.J. McCarthy has just been great. He can, basically duel any quarterback in the game for some reason. And Kyle Pitts has also been surprisingly good. I mean, I really thought he was going to suck. Anytime I've ever tried to use Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver instead of a tight end, it's gone horribly wrong. This might be a rake the mold a little bit. All right, the divisional. I still can't believe we're even in the playoffs, let alone winning playoff games. The Panthers, we're an 85 overall. They're an 86, so really quick glow up with all these rookies. That's the thing. The first half of the season, it does make sense to kind of suck because you're the worst team. But after that first half, a lot of the XP totals, the overalls start to catch up a bit because of the rookie XP boost more than ever in Madden history. And with that being said, I mean, we are right in the mix of it. Right at the end here, you have the Ravens destroying the Steelers, who are the number 1 seed, I'd imagine, by 21. Division rival battle, that was a brutal one. Let's see if we can move it on past the division rival matchup ourselves, the division round of the playoffs. 3-0. Not a really high-scoring game. Carolina gets the first touchdown of the game. We get one right back, though. Start of the second half, we get a field goal. It's a 6-point game. Now it's a 1-point game. It's now a 5-point game. It's going to be a 3-point game, and we do have time. 48-yard line. Team's driving down for the winner. 4th and 10. They kick it. It'll be overtime. I'm assuming the Panthers can't score. They don't. 4th and 2. That punt might be the game, though. 3rd and 4. They go for it, and Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does. And they end up kicking a long game-winning field goal to end our year 1 dreams. 22-25. It was a hell of a run early on, though. I mean, it was a bit unexpected to pull off what we did. We almost had it happen right there in year one. J.J. McCarthy debatably outplayed Josh Allen, but Josh Allen's probably going to do a little bit better on the ground. Not by much. Where the hell is Brooks? Yeah, 3-point, in that 3 to 4 average, a little under 4. It's really not been very good, though. It's been disappointing, but obviously he's in lower overall. You pretty much have to take somebody that's in the 88-plus range or someone really young with the development chance to get that 88-plus range to actually start getting good seasons. Has nothing to do with the player, how good they are or not. Ratings-wise, it's all about the overall. Like, you can be like an 80. I want to test that. I might do a video on, like, thresholds. Running back, we know for a fact, is one of them. But I wonder if other positions have it, too. Like, I feel like O-line does, and I think teams do with quarterback. I think when you're in that 88-plus for QB, that's, when you really do some damage. But then again, we had just had J.J. Cook there, but J.J. kind of breaks the mold. I don't know why, but J.J. McCarthy is always playing well in sim. Like, he never doesn't play well. And we have a Super Bowl win of the Panthers, so you could even argue that we only lost because we were playing against the Super Bowl team, so could have been even better. J.J. McCarthy, the superstar. McConkey, the superstar. And then, shockingly, Kyle Pitts sticks it out at star. But obviously, he had himself a really good year and is looking to get even better. Let's take a look at the defense, as hopefully we have a few on this side as well. Jared Verse goes to superstar, and Dorian Williams goes to star. Unfortunately, nobody else does, though. I thought Herbig would have maybe went up. Trevin Wallace also went up, obviously. So we did have that. What did we want? We wanted 5. I think we got 4. We got 4 dev ups. Actually, did I even see Trevin's dev up go to star there? Oh, it was. Okay, I looked at tackle leader. I didn't see the star part. It kind of just snuck in there, but yeah, a little bit less positions we need to develop, obviously, going into the next season here. But here is Mr. JJ. Deep accuracy is not the best, but he's an 85 overall superstar after 1 year. So what do you want? Oh, yeah, he didn't even get a dev up for end of the season. I forgot he got his breakout early. Kind of disappointing that didn't do more than that. I guess, yeah, he wouldn't even have been good enough to win it because we didn't win Rookie of the Year with him. But, yeah, still probably need a lot on the D-line. I guess Darius Robinson could be the starter, but we definitely want to replace Smith since his chance to be the guy kind of fell off. But yeah, we're talking about these cornerbacks. You start as many rookies as you can because you never know. One of them is going to develop pretty nicely. Kalen Carson's that guy. He's a 78 overall, and he might be a future number 2 for a long haul. Still need a linebacker probably, but Dorian Williams for now is fine. Obviously, Trevin's going to be the long term. Right now, we might be replacing corner 1 and 3. DT2, maybe right end 1. We'll just see. We usually go best available. Whatever happens, happens. 83 overall for Jonathan Brooks as well. Start those rookies. They get the crazy XP juice. Just start the rookies. Whatever happens, just do it. Doesn't matter. As far as retirements go, we got a bunch of those, wide receiver, corner, 2 quarterbacks. They really wanted JJ to cook, and he did. Having those 2 rookie mentors, or mentors for our rookie, definitely played a bit of a factor in that, I think. But let's take a look now at the re-signs. I think we took care of everyone besides, like, Juszczyk. But do we even want him? I don't know. As far as edge goes, though, you don't really need to pay anyone right away. So why not just pay a backup? Well, because he doesn't want to join. I thought a 2-year just under 12 would have been fine, but he knew we were doing the shady stuff. Kyle Juszczyk, we had a pretty good year. Why not? Run game was terrible, though. 1 year, 6.5. Probably could have just done a tag for like 5.6 or something, but we've already crossed that road, haven't we? Not as bad of a backup lose situation as I thought we were going to have, as we now head into free agency where it's just going to be all crap all the time. If you need an 80 to 81 overall running back that'll never become a 90 overall, we've got you covered. A little bit better than actually. We have Joel Bitonio and CJ Mosley. Algier, once again, a bunch of running backs that just won't develop. And then Javon Bullard. Okay, I did not expect to see his name here. That is definitely surprising. Okay, let's take a look at some of these DBs. Can we play any of the safeties we have now at corner? I really don't think you can. Bullard being a free agency player is crazy, though. Like, I'd sign him up here and then just trade off Tyke. Oh, I guess we're not going to. There's a bunch of teams that want him. I mean, we're offering him the longest term deal, so if he wants to join a team that wants him for a long term, you know, here's the guy. Here's the team. Not even number one. Well, that's the offer I put on. If we get him, we get him. We don't, we don't. Nobody tell Tyke we talked about trading him. Just, please, just don't do it. And yeah, I don't think, I mean, sure, CJ, but that's a bandage player I want long term. We're keeping this team young, so you might as well stay away from the age if you can. But let's go for it. Bullard. See if we got him. Probably not. Oh, wow. So we did get him. I really did not think we were going to get him at all. That is genuinely surprising. Javon Bullard, 80 overall. Super good. I mean, he's insane. Let's see what Tyke Smith is worth. Unless he has a long-term contract already, like he's got 2-3 years, we could just keep him at that case. But, you know, let's see what we can do with Mr. Tyke. It's not even like we even needed to replace Tyke. It's just the value is there, you know? Ooh, actually, we got ourselves a new corner, I think. That works out really well. Tyke doesn't get screwed, and we get to keep in-house. What overall is he at corner? 79 overall, I think. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so Tyke Smith at 1, Kalen Carson at 2. We have 2 78, 79 overall corners. We can live with that. Javon Bullard, maybe not the right size for a strong safety, even though Tyke was shorter anyways. But he's got the hip power, the boom of a corner, of a strong safety. So there you go. One less position to draft on top of it. Nice. So D-line and a linebacker. All right, we have pick 26. The Detroit Lions don't have much going on after the second round. I actually chose the Lions because of the wheel spin itself. There was some website, I can't remember what it was called, but it had all the names and the teams on it, and I just clicked it. Got the Lions. Here we are. I don't really know what I want to do because I scouted some of these other positions further. You could argue we need a new edge rusher because obviously Herbig, he's like 24 now, I think, already, and he's only normal. But at the same time, unless I really, truly believe in the player that we're going for, do I want to do that? We have a top 5 here. He's an off-ball. We're definitely going to go for him. Do I really want to do that? I don't know. Farrow, I mean, even corner, we could arguably need. Tyke Smith, sure, 79 overall, star, but Kalen Carson, 78 overall, normal. I think I'm fine with those positions, though, so if I'm going to go with anyone, it probably would be an edge rusher. Do I have, I mean, there's also, we have this guy, who's 2-3, but he is a first-round projected edge rusher. Looks really raw to me, though. Just a little bit too slow, in my opinion. Then we also have Vernon Langham, a little bit more raw as well. But those higher projected guys usually do have a better chance at the devs. Do I go Eric Smith, who's a little bit on the slower side, but he is, you know, he's 275, so he's not really slow when you consider the size. A power move, A awareness. Do I really start him over freaking Herbig, though? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Eric Smith, please be hidden. 40. Ooh, I don't like 41 true, but I do like hidden dev, and I like the fact that he's a rookie. So I really wanted Herbig to work, but he didn't really have a good year, right? Actually, he might have had a good year. Am I crazy, or did he actually? Oh, he's young, too. Well, I just made the wrong call. I thought he was 24 last year into 25. He had 11 sacks. Why? I mean, I guess we got edge depth now. But, yeah, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, no. Okay, well, we definitely sold. Not a bad pick at all, but, man, if he wasn't hidden, how stupid would we look? Regretting it after being hidden is crazy work. We have a bunch of DTs. Have no idea how good they are, though. But I am going to reach a little bit because Barton looks so good. He's a top 5 with a bunch of A's. Like, is this a generational off-ball? He looks insane. Zach Barton, watch it be normal. True talent. Number 1, doesn't surprise me. Hidden dev, I mean, he looks great. Like, it does not surprise me one bit. Let's see if we can trade up for a DT. I'm going to wait until we're down to just 1, and then we'll probably use, like, one of our off-ball linebackers as trade value. I mean, I guess that edge, we didn't really need anything anyways, right? So we'll go for whoever is the best of the bunch. There's 2 DTs that are pretty much the same. Are they both the same ratings? Damn near. So, yeah, we'll just wait until one of them's remaining. What are the chances that their names are Potts and Clay, though? Okay. It's a bit of a costly trade, but Henry Toto, Max Melton, Makai Wingo, a 6th and a 7th this with a 4th next year to move up to a late spot in the 3rd with the Browns. You're going to be using that to take a DT, so, I mean, really, we're trading off a bunch of depth for, you know, potential at DT. O-line, I think, is perfectly fine. So Cordell, Clay, A. Finesse, not the strongest, but these are the guys that I usually have the most luck with getting hidden, and even higher than hidden, superstar hidden. Clay, oh, excuse me, I've made a mistake. And for our final draft pick, George Drayton, 5'11", 22 years old, a couple of okay key ratings with some pretty good speed. Let's see what we got here. I'm feeling decent about him. 132 true. Yeah, he is good. I mean, that's a good player. 94 speed, 94 with 7 XL with youth in the 7th round. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I feel like I could grab that guy in the 4th round, developing him. All right, let's take a look at the draft recap. I imagine we got some decent players. The edge is probably going to be 73, 74. Outside linebacker, 78. Okay, Eric Smith. I don't know what I want to do with him because he should start. He's a rookie, has the highest chance to develop. But Herbig was also really good last year with 11 sacks. So 23-year-old Herbig or 20 whatever the hell you are, that guy. You know, very raw coverage ratings from Barton, like insanely raw. I'm not really sure why they have so much hype for him. He's actually kind of like low-key terrible, no? Like he's actually kind of ass. Superstar Dev, which is cool, number 90. I don't know about that. Let's do something like 1. Let's not. Let's do something like 50. Left out, I don't even know. Left out's the best for rookies because that's the most time you're going to play. Sub 1 with rookie, left out, but I don't know what to think about this draft. I wish the DT was hidden. Not really that many positional needs we had anyways after grabbing Bullard and then switching Tyke to corner, but I'm going to take a look at Farrow, actually. I thought about him just now. I want to see what overall he was. Damn, he was a 77 overall. We might have made a mistake passing on him. Farrow, I mean, Kalen would have been a decent number 3 for a while. This guy, please be bad dev. Okay, it's not the worst, but start F. Here we are for year 2. I don't think the offense changes at all. Maybe a little bit of depth at like wide receiver 5 is a little different, and maybe wide receiver running back 3 and 4. But yeah, it's pretty much the same team on offense. Defense changes a little bit, not by much, but Barton, definitely a massive upgrade. Look at the head size because of like how close he is. It's insane. He looks like a totem. Like he's huge. But obviously that's just because he's close up. But he's going to be massive, right? Not just his head. He is going to be like the best linebacker on the team soon, by the end of the year probably. Corners definitely need some work. Tyke Smith's going to be playing our corner 1 for now, but corners need work. DTs probably need work. I did decide to start Smith over Herbig because I just feel like rookie of the year potential is massive. But if he struggles, or you know what? I want Clay to win. I don't know what to do. I should have went for a DT in round 1. That's what I should have done. Herbig had 11 sacks, and he has 88 power move. How do I not start him over Smith? I don't know what to do. I really genuinely just don't know what to do. I'm starting Smith. I'm just going to do it. He's a rookie. Glow up. I don't care. I really should not have drafted that guy, though. That's all I can tell you. At 275, can't even make the argument for freaking DT. Our last rebuild we did, we had some guy at 282 that I put at DT, and I felt weird about it. So 275, hell no. Mitchell with Stardev, okay. Not bad. A lot of money. Powers definitely getting paid. Powers, Johnson, pretty cheap. Tyke, maybe, probably. Dorian, I don't actually know. Bullock, yes, just because he's cheap. I don't even care if we need him. A lot of cheap DBs, but also a lot of them actually starters on this team. Bowers, we obviously have to pay, but he is going to make us pay a little bit. 7-year 123, that's fine. Powers Johnson, once again, really cheap deal. I mean, we're looking at less than 10 per. I mean, this is kind of crazy if we get him for less than 10 per, which we don't. We'll have to pay about a little 10 and a half maybe. Tyke, what are we looking at? Because he is also like not interested. Yeah, he is pretty good. He's pretty good. We're going to put him as our long-term corner. 5-year deal worth 30. That'll be the deal. Nice, that's cheap. So one thing with these fantasy draft rebuilds, they got to be a little bit tougher. I think the contracts are just too easy to deal with. Dorian, I don't know. 4-year deal for Dorian. It's not bad money. And as far as like Kalen Bullock goes, I mean, like that's ridiculous. 7-year 28. I don't care what position he's playing. If I can get a 7-year 28, I'm keeping him. And then we have this contract, which is like super insane as well. You know, even if he's a backup, I'd pay the 7-year 33, whatever we're about to pay. Smith Wade will let go, though. Everyone else will let go. I'm pretty sure, even like Juszczyk. Stonehouse, I'm paying. Aubrey, I'd have to see how well he's playing. But Stonehouse, let's do a 7-year deal. We're 21. Oh, the contracts are crazy in fantasy drafts. But yeah, Dorian, I don't know. Linebacker's really not that hard to develop. But at the same time, the price is cheap, so let's do it. 5-year 37, boom. I wonder if Seattle loses, if we win, if we have the number 1 seed. I don't think it's going to happen, but there is a possibility. Maybe we play Seattle final game. I don't know, the odds are pretty low. Well, we lost anyways. We lost to the Bears, which actually instead of the 1st seed, we actually dropped down to the 3rd seed. We're a 90 overall now, which, I mean, doesn't really surprise me one bit. Obviously, this is a team that was going to develop pretty easily because of all the rookies. You know, we've had some tough challenges in the past. This isn't necessarily the toughest. It's the only downside to doing these is I love the fantasy draft. It's so fun. But then, you know, you have a really good team, and it's like, where do you go from there? Who do you draft? Apparently running back. This could be also the scheme doing this, but McConkey's killing it, I suppose. Definitely, maybe a change at scheme wouldn't hurt. Verse was amazing, and then Smith was terrible, which, I mean, really makes me look like I know what I'm doing. But, I mean, he's a rookie, damn it. What am I supposed to do? Not start the rookie that has the highest potential out of everyone? Of course, Dallas has Lamar Jackson as well. Ladd McConkey was Offensive Player of the Year, let alone, like, just being best wide receiver, mind you. Unbelievable stuff. We'll definitely take that award win. And was that best kicker? I don't know what the hell that was, but here we are back in the playoffs going against the Giants. How this thing kind of started. Got the Giants in preseason. Going to the end of the game. 7-0, 7-0, still 7-0, still 7-7. I don't know why I said 7-0, but it was, tied up. So basically 21-14 into the 4th quarter, looking pretty good now. Scores were kind of low, and now they're kind of jumping off the page a little bit. It's 35-28, and with a lot of back and forth, the Giants just couldn't fourth as much as back. Would we have fourthed and they would have backed? I don't know. Either way, we almost lost to a rookie. Brooks, best game of his career. 4 yards per carry on 60 yards. McConkey's been amazing. Pitts has been pretty good too. This is actually a pretty good offense. It's just, imagine we had a real running back. Maybe we trade all of our assets off for a real one. At the same time, Brooks is getting very close to that threshold already to where he'd be a good player. But yeah, I kind of want to see A-Chain now because, we were trying to think about, like, who should we grab? Do we take A-Chain? Do we take Brooks? So Brooks at 3.5 yards per carry with a massive 16 touchdowns. Mind you, could go to Superstar. 888 for yards, where A-Chain was a lot better than that, but it could be overall. Yeah, he is an 88 overall. Maybe we've learned our lesson. Also, he did join the Browns, which is like the number 1 run scheme in the game, I'd imagine. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little harsh to, like, judge them equally. Brooks is a little off of 88. So, I mean, this next season could be his glow-up. If he sucks next season, then okay, never mind. All right, headed to the divisional round. We have the Dallas Cowboys, led by MVP Lamar Jackson. I'm not feeling great about this one, but who knows? Of course, George Kittle's there as well. What overall even is Brock Bowers? Have we made the right decision yet, or did we make a mistake there too? So, okay, I think we made the right call. Kittle, don't get me wrong, is a 99 overall, but Bowers is already a 95. I mean, like, you can't really beat those ratings too much. A 77 release, 86 short, 82 medium. Yeah, the release isn't quite there, but he's already a better route runner, equal to, and obviously with the speed, he's about the same, a little bit faster, arguably. Yeah, I think that was the right call as far as Brooks. We'll see. I think next year is when he'll really, like, shoot up. Hopefully not in a bad way. It's like, I'm done, dude. I suck. I can't. There's multiple difference of things of that. Starting out strong, though. Maybe trying to get some revenge against the Cowboys for that, that interesting situation they had. The referees and all that goodness. 14-9, 17-9, into the 4th quarter. Touchdown to win it. I think we've won it. 8-point game. Huge drive. It wouldn't have been a win. Good, nice little field goal or whatever it was at the end. They go for 2. Don't get it. I think that was the difference. And just like that, we are heading to the championship round. Lamar Jackson, slightly outplayed by J.J. McCarthy, not by much. Brooks, 3.6 yards per carry kind of guy. So disappointed how running backs work in this game. But, I mean, I guess, like, you can almost argue, like, well, why would you go for a high over a guy, and why would you pay him if, you can get the same out of a lower? That's kind of the argument in real life these days, though. I know, Henry, Saquon, and, Josh Jacobs are kind of making those teams eat their decisions a little bit, but even then, you still see great running backs on cheap deals all the time, But here we are against the Panthers. Let's take a look at how they got here, because this is a team that took us out last year. So this is obviously a pretty big matchup. They beat Arizona by 17. They beat Seattle by 8. And now the decider on who represents the NFC is a rematch of last year's wild card. Here we are. Come on, Detroit. Of course, Carolina starting off with 7. We get 3 back. We get 7 back. So now we're up by 3. 10-10. Halftime score will not remain it because Carolina gets a field goal. We get a nice touchdown to start the second half, though. Here it is, the chance. Here it is, the chance. Up 11. They do get a touchdown. It's not over. A touchdown will make it really tough on them. And they do get the score at the end, but it's too little, too late. And we get our revenge, winning 31-28, heading to the Super Bowl. J.J. McCarthy with 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the completion percentage just off the charts. J.J. just outplays everybody, just like every time. Jonathan Brooks has been terrible this entire freaking rebuild so far. I know it's only been 2 years, but still, entire is fair enough. Darius Robinson with 3 sacks. Patrick Queen with a pick. No incompletions on the kicking. I don't know what that means, but you know what I mean. And that will send us to the Super Bowl. Anyway, it can't be the Chiefs. I think it was like Steelers and, I don't freaking know, the Bills. Whatever it wasn't the Chiefs. I'm pretty damn sure of it. Pretty damn sure of it. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. And it was the Bills. Steelers versus Bills, 23-10. Steelers draft usually pretty well in fantasy drafts, so I worry about who the hell they got. Let's take a look at the potential dev-ups. J.J. McCarthy for sure is an X factor. McConkey's an X factor. Bowers is an X factor. We got some pretty nice dev-ups here. McConkey, this is why you go for those rookies, man. Like, you just do it. You just do that. No release, by the way, but that's just the thing you do. Pitts, he's an 86. Those rookies. Like, you can't say, oh, well, it's because the XP slider is so crazy. Well, Kyle Pitts, who's put up some pretty good seasons too, is an 86, and McConkey's a 95. It's the rookie power, dude. And even Bowers, he started off as an 85 superstar, and he only went up like 9 overalls compared to McConkey. So, I mean, this has been just the rookie factor, really. I mean, the glow up you get from that multiplier. I wonder what the behind the scenes thing says for that, because it is high. Like, you've noticed it right away. I mean, we noticed it with the DTs getting, so much upgrades from like 1 or 2 points. Then we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where Barton was not an X factor, but now is. Carson doesn't go up in dev, unfortunately. The DTs stay the same. We need some DTs. Running back's up there too, but I think Brooks he'll figure it out. Can't believe Barton went to X Factor as a rookie from Superstar. It's not very common. You could have like a really good year, and you usually don't get it as a rookie, but here he is. Almost just sim the damn thing. Who did they have to beat, actually? I mean, did they have to beat the Chiefs? And I'll feel bad. I'll feel scared. I don't see the Chiefs unless they're the number 1 seed. No, they didn't have to beat the Chiefs. Fair enough. Going against a good team, but they didn't have to play against the cheaters in the game. So, Chiefs are basically, they don't lose. But here it is. For all the marbles, can we win a Super Bowl? All right, here it is. Going to the end of the game. Steelers start with 3. Back and forth. They get a huge rushing touchdown. It's 7-10 now. Wow, there's a lot of turnovers, it seems, in this game. 14-10, 21-10. They get a field goal before half. It's an 8-point game. We get a touchdown, another touchdown. How many rushing touchdowns does this Steelers team have? I am curious to see this. Their running game is saving them, but it's not going to be enough, as we are going to win the Super Bowl in year 2. We're going to be going for that dynasty, trying to win at least 2 out of 3. Tua was their quarterback, so you get a 2. I really don't know what to do about running back, because Jonathan Brooks, I think, is just constantly selling us. But what can you do, because he's an 88-plus overall? I don't want to move on from an 88-plus overall for someone that might equally suck. Maybe we should trade for like a guy like A-Chain or something. Anyways, year 2 Super Bowl victory is definitely, I mean, it's not crazy. It's on par to what, we're kind of used to in these fantasies, 2 to 3, 4 years maybe, but sometimes we just completely sell. But some of the players we got in this one early on, I was like, yeah, I like our odds. I like our odds a bit. And it all came to fruition, if you will. And the Lions, in year 2, are Super Bowl champions. Let's take a look. I expect a lot of turnovers. They had 2 interceptions thrown. JJ just killed it as he does. Hubbard, yeah, 174 yards rushing for Hubbard. Okay, surely. While Brooks, 3.5, great. McConkey was amazing. Kirk was pretty good. Juszczyk with a touchdown. Kind of reminded me of that damn fullback scenario. Verse and Smith, of all people, to get sacked. Smith. Christian Harris getting an interception. Trevin Wallace with a pick. And then both kickers missing a field goal. Our guy also missed an extra point. The dude tried everything he could. The mob is going to break those knees. He promised he was going to lose us the game, and we just didn't follow through. He's done for. It's over for him. A lot of retirements, a lot of people retiring happy getting that Super Bowl ring. No problem. It's all in a day's work. But let's go to these re-signings now, see if we missed anyone. I think we took care of everybody, but there's always one that I forget about. I know maybe the kicker, but I mean, even then I was kind of like, did have a pretty good year for once, but the other years was kind of like, the other year, I suppose, was kind of like, meh, is he worth re-signing? Aubrey's still pretty good, though, so, I mean, I'll do the damn contract. 2-year, 13 for the highest overall kicker in the game. Sounds about fair to me. And then Juszczyk, I did offer him a 1-year 6, so, yeah, you just stick with the team. We'll try to keep this thing going, 1 to 2 year deals, I don't worry too much about because, obviously, that's going to factor in already for next year, so if we have a bunch of players that re-sign this upcoming season, it doesn't really matter because that 1-year deal will be gone. But here we are with free agency. That's going to be insanely weak as expected. And yeah, we're just going to pass on free agency as we do in these fantasy draft rebuilds. Year 3, maybe year 4 is when you kind of have a chance. But this early on, yeah, it's going to be kind of crap. It's going to be crappy. As far as what we want to do for the draft, I don't really see why we would do anything really to the offense at all. And then defensively, we're still looking for DT. DT and then, Smith. It's the same overall as Herbig, which, yeah, things got out of hand, okay? Decisions were made. Maybe they were decisions that shouldn't have been made, arguably. Smith, though, 80 overall anyways, 22 years old. He's about the same as Herbig now, and he's 2-3 years younger, so we can trade off Herbig if we really wanted to, get some value. Could just straight up trade for a DT. That is an option. Let's see what we can do with that. We already just won a Super Bowl. Would be nice to continue the draft route, but I'm also not against just trading for some goon, especially if they've already paid them. So to put a perspective on how this is going, it's not even close. He's like the guy that had gotten paid the most as well. He's a 4-year deal guy, but I don't think this is going to happen. We could do this, but I don't want to. I kind of want to continue doing the draft. I'm doing the draft approach. I don't care. It is draft time, my dudes. We have picked 32 in the first round, which we got a bunch of different players. A lot of 2 to 3s from our 2 to 3 range, whereas ironically enough, we have 2 3 to 4s that are round 1. I don't think James was as good as that round 1 is kind of suggesting, but I can't really ignore that. Yeah, I mean, you can see like C's across the board, whereas Samuel is actually, like an A finesse. James is a nose tackle as well, so I'm not really sure what to do here because all the other guys are like 2 to 3, but James doesn't really fit what we're trying to do. Do you maybe just argue that maybe we just go for 1 DT? But then again, we have all these other players that, I have all these other picks that I just don't need to deal with then, so I don't know. Let's go to 32 and see what we're looking at. I don't really know what the plan is. Like, obviously you want the other round 1, but what do we do with this pick? Like, is Wakefield worth taking? Who's a 1 to 2, but he's a 2 to 3 true? I don't know. Like, I really can't tell you. I guess I just trade this down. Maybe get a first round next year. Got one more season after this anyways. Get some decent offers. The Browns are giving me 2 picks next year, a first and a third, which that's not bad. So, I mean, let's see. We got a few teams here. We have the Dolphins, Browns, Seahawks, Commanders, Packers, Niners. See which team was the worst, if they even let us see that. I guess we can look at this right now. So Dolphins were the 3rd pick overall, and they went D-end. All right, we're going to trade with the Dolphins and hope that they still suck. That's the plan. Thank you. Yeah, at worst, we got a 6 and 2 7s for moving the exact same spot. So we'll see what happens. Imagine they trade up for QB, though. Tight end. Okay, we can live with those. As long as it's not QB, they're not really improving themselves too much. Watch, they signed some huge quarterback name in the offseason. Don't think there even was any, to be fair. But Let's move on here and take that defensive tackle, Mr. Titus Samuel. What do we got? Hidden dev, please. 20 true talent. Of course he's normal. All right. I went to 32 because I'm sad. Let's see if anyone's there. We have a bunch of running backs. Scruggs, they're all like decently fast running backs. This draft sucks. Thank God it's a fantasy draft style rebuild because the realism is shot. We're really banking on this damn Dolphins team to suck next year. We also got a 3rd and a 6th, what's that? Next year from them. We're really like, hey, this team, they're going to suck. Trust us. And in the 5th round, the only guy we have left is UDFA Khalil James, who's really fast. Welcome to the team, I guess. 79 true. Normal dev with some speed. All right, time for the draft recap. Oh, no. That tight end, who cares about, to be fair. But Titus Samuel. Yeah, remember when I was like, I don't want to go for, 82 finesse, though. I don't want to trade for a DT. I want to develop one through the draft. Oh, my. I really made a mistake with that one, let me tell you. I do want to see James, though. He was the wrong scheme fit, so I just wasn't going to pull it off. So I was just like, nah, dude. Got a couple of linemen, too, but nah, we don't really need linemen either. Peter James going to be superstar. It's going to be sucky, but, like, what am I supposed to do? He's raw as hell. He's a nose tackle, and we're in a 4-3. You know? I don't care. And he's only star anyways. I don't care. That draft was so bad, though. Maybe next year, depending on what our draft pick is, depending on what we need, that'll be the year we just go all out since we have the 2 first-round picks. Could be the move. Save some time not drafting as well. Video's already long as hell. I edited half of it, and whoa, it's a long one. That fantasy draft took a long time. We have some Herbig offers. And I'll be real with you, I'm a little surprised they're lowballing us this much. He's only 24 years old with like 88-plus power move. Like, one of these guys could get themselves a home run hitter. Sure, not today, though. You won't. All right, Season 3, coming off of a Super Bowl win. The skill positions look amazing. Really hope Brooks can get to at least a 4.0 yards per carry average. Otherwise, I'm just never drafting him again. Defense, still not perfect. Could maybe use a corner. Definitely DT issues. Samuel, I'm just going to put this number 1 spot. He's a rookie. Chance to glow up with the subline DT spot as well. And Robinson's already a lower overall than Clay, who just only started last year, so I feel like it makes sense to start him over Robinson. Yeah, some work still to be done on defense, but we did win a Super Bowl with what we have now, so I've got to feel pretty confident to try and do it again. For $15 million, we got to pay some pretty big-name players for this team, like Jared Verse, McConkey, Trevin Wallace. Thankfully, I don't have to worry too much about anyone else, but if JJ's name decides to show up, which I think will be fine, usually the quarterbacks sign a 5-year $50. If his name decides to just pop up randomly, though, that's just going to catch us completely off guard, and, you know, that's over at that point. But McConkey, he is getting that kind of high money amount, so really no point in doing higher than like a 4 or 5 year anyways. So that's what we do. 5-year deal worth for me. The contracts are already, you know, very high up there, so maybe forget anything I said. 5-year 145. I really thought maybe I put a little bit too much into it. Nope. Not enough. What do we got here? That is a steal. Let's do a 7-year 94. Thankfully, somebody accepts a contract. But yeah, $46 million with not even factoring in like a quarterback contract soon. Maybe that whole, it needs to be tougher thing I mentioned, maybe irrelevant. I don't know who said that. That was just stupid of them. Headed to the playoffs, we're looking pretty damn strong for potentially the number 1 seed. Can we actually hold on to that and become the number 1 seed? Find out, and we will. 14-3. The second highest team was the Giants, who were 3 wins lower than us. McConkey, the number 3 for yards, but no one else on the top 3 list for the offense. Really good year, though. I mean, you just can't really beat the number 1 seed. You know, you get that bye week, and all is well. Let's take a look at the actual numbers. JJ, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 4,400 yards. There it is, though. You know, it's not quite the jump we wanted. We wanted him to get to 4.5 plus, but, you know, from 3 point whatever, 3.4, 3.6, whatever low to 4.1, that's nice, right? That's nice. Wanted more still, but maybe next year will be the year, if you will. A lot of touchdowns. McConkey's been unbelievable. Pitts, Bowers, Mitchell not so much, but the rest pretty damn good. Blocking was great. Defensively, 24.5 sacks for Jared Verse. NFL record breaking, assuming someone else didn't beat it in this universe. 11.5 for Smith, 8 for Clay, 4.5 for Samuel. On top of it was another 18 tackles for a loss for Smith. That's probably a a superstar dev-up season for him. Aubrey was great. He missed only 2 kicks when you consider the third was blocked. Stonehouse gets under 50 yards per punt, but still overall pretty damn good. And there was one thing I wanted to look at, and I completely forgot. Oh, yeah, the records. What do we got for a season? No, Jared Verse broke it. Nobody else broke it. Damn. Okay, so that was a good decision to grab him, believe it or not. It was between Leo and Chanel and him. I think we made the right call. Call me crazy. Let's take a look at any award wins we might have won. McConkey at number 3. Jared Verse with 24.5 sacks, broke an NFL record. Didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. That's insane. Smith at 6. Offense Rookie of the Year, no. Defense Rookie of the Year, number 2. New. Another DT. Okay, we're going to have to trade for a DT. I'm not saying we need a good DT, but at the same time, it's just not going to happen. Trey Smith, of course, steals a superstar dev from Andrew Thomas. Lovely. Verse, he was already an X-Factor, right? If he wasn't, he will be now. And really just a disappointment. I got to see Aiden. Like, of all the people to beat him, too. Like, well, how and why? How is this even physically possible? Let's take a look at the numbers. Really? Where? Am I missing something here? There's got to be like a fumble or something. Verse even had a block. That is a snub. Brother. 5 tackles. A little bit more solos, but less assist. 1 tackle for loss, 5 tackles is not better than a sack. 1 full sack more, an NFL record. Sack leader, a deflection and a block field goal. And you're telling me that's better than that? That's just stupid. That's just dumb. Like, I don't understand how that's even possible. But whatever. Hopefully we play them in the playoffs if they're even here. Give us some revenge. It is the Buccaneers. I have no idea if the Eagles made it or not, but let's see if we can have ourselves a little run. Moving along to the end of the game. Wow, Tampa did not waste time scoring a touchdown. Damn, 2 touchdowns. Okay, that's not a good start for us. 14-7. 14 all. There we go. Nice bounce back. It's now back down by 7, though. The Buccaneers are about to do the exact same thing as the first half. We're not looking too good. 21 all. Okay, they're going to close the game out here. They're going to literally win with a last set. Well, they didn't get the touch to the field goal, so they're actually going to leave a little bit of room here. They would have just went for the field goal play instead. They would have been able to take every single moment off the clock, but now you got a 6'6" guy running down the middle of the field. That is a dot, and he drops it. That is maybe the greatest throw I've seen in Madden 25, and he drops it. Is there a better throw than this? I really don't think there is. I mean, that is unbelievable. Like, you can't throw it any better than that. That was a crazy pass, and he just doesn't catch it. Good job, Pitts. Might have to create... I messed up so badly. I think there was a touchdown on that right side. I panicked. I'm disgusted. Who was it? Was it Adonai? I think it was Mitchell. No, it was actually Pitts. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Wait, no, he did cut inside because of that. Maybe it wasn't a touchdown. It would have been a huge play, though. We're going to go back to it and hope that Pitts gets open again. There's nobody on Brooks, but I think that's a bait out. He gives him a chance. And he, of course, holds on with no timeouts. I can't believe J.J. McCarthy is just... he's glitched in this game. Of course, it's going to end our season, unfortunately. We're going to have another chance at it next year, but... I think dude's glitched in a good way. Like, I actually don't think he can do any wrong. He's always good in sim. The few passes I've tried with him here, he's the best quarterback I've used this Madden. And you guys have seen some of the QBs we've created so far. Drake May is, like, unbelievable. Joe Milton is, like, a throw power god. But J.J. McCarthy, who's worse than both of them, feels like the best QB I've ever used. It's got to be the throw, and wow, they missed 2 field goals and we lost. It's got to be something to do with the throw motion as well. Because, I mean, those throws, they were insane. That was considered a bad release, which I agree, because we were in a weird angle. I messed up the timing. He still threw it right to Pitts. Pitts had a chance to catch it. I don't know if that's more of a Pitts thing or not, but still. That is kind of crazy. Of course, we lose the very first round after getting the bye week. I don't know why our bye week franchise teams always suck. They just always suck. And the Buccaneers didn't even go to the Super Bowl, so there's not like a, well, we went against the team that won this. You know, we didn't have any of that. We literally just lost. We lost to a team that wasn't good enough to make the Super Bowl, so what does that make us? Makes us worse than the team that couldn't make the Super Bowl, which is not good. As we have the Bills winning the Super Bowl. Okay, let's see what we got cooking up for dev-ups. Not really many players left to dev up. Damn, Brooks didn't go up, though. That's a disappointment. Let's take a look at the defense now, where we still have normal dev DTs. Unbelievable. Carson goes to star, which is nice, but even our corners are kind of lackluster. We got 2 first-round picks, so what do? Clay is the starter, or he's at least a starter, 84 overall. I think you go for DT and corner. I mean, linebacker wouldn't hurt either, but I'm not drafting. It's the final season no matter what anyways. There's no point. Let's go to re-signings, keep who we need to, which I think we've already done that. Maybe free agency's got somebody. I really don't want to pay anyone, though. Like, whoever we're trading for, I'd prefer if they already had a contract. But at the same time, this is the last year, so I'm willing to go all out, even if it derails the team that I won't be a part of. Free agency, what do we got? Damn, even now, it's still just horrible. It's so weak. I mean, you got Junior Colson, but I mean, he's basically Dorian with a little bit more youth. Yeah, we're going to be passing up on all this. I guess we get a new fullback, Ricard. Maybe pass it on use check for the other top-tier option is going to be the thing that pushes over the edge. Is he really holding out this hard? Okay, see you later, buddy. I'm not going to push it. All right, what do we got for draft picks? We should have an extra third, an extra first. How good was it? Yeah, 13. Okay, that's pretty good. It's definitely not bad at all. See what we can do with that. See if we can get ourselves a DT and a corner. Also, I think we forgot to look at the defense, but Eric Smith, or maybe we didn't, I just didn't mention it, but Eric Smith is a superstar. I don't know if Trevin was a superstar before, but he is now. And yeah, even though we are kind of broke, at the same time, we do have like almost everyone contracted to some like crazy deals. It's really the running back and JJ McCarthy that need ooh, maybe the wide receivers too. We're not screwed though. You know, we might lose a few players, but I think he'd still keep the majority of them. Still want a DT/corner though. I need somebody long-term that isn't a bot. Because everyone we've got, and we keep drafting our bots. What I love are players that are star dev. We trade a first, a second, a sixth, and a seventh with Darius Robinson, who needs a contract for a 3-year contract. Byron Murphy, 89 overall, but only star. I don't even know where Israel Bonaconda came from, but he's on our team still, and we use him with a bunch of pretty good draft picks, especially pick 13 overall, for another star dev player who's a very high overall, Derek Stingley. And at this point, I don't even want to start the draft if we've got all these bad picks, so I'm just going to move all this for the future that we won't be a part of. And I'm surprised they gave us a third. We got the Bears' third round pick next year, which is considered the best pick because they were the worst team. For a 5th, 2 6, and a 2 7s next year. That's a bit of a steal, I think. Let's go to the draft. I want to see the draft recap just in case it's a generational, but we added 2 big names, 89 overall and 93 overall, 2 of our biggest positional needs groups, and we'll see if it's enough to get us back to the Super Bowl and then maybe some, maybe win another one. I actually can't tell you how long I stood here and waited for something to show up and completely forgot we didn't draft. So I was like, what the hell's happening here? I thought it was just loading. Looked away for a moment. Nope, that's kind of what happens when you don't draft, and I gotta say, this is a really weak class, so I do not mind missing this draft. Pretty porous. The final season, everyone's like a 90 overall pretty much across the board, except for Kyle Pitts, who's only an 88. Release is great. The short route kind of sucks, but he's a medium deep threat beast. I kind of missed him in the playoffs there. Would have won the damn game probably if I would have hit him, but so be it. Defensively, huge additions with Byron Murphy and Stingley. With them being on the team, you don't really see a glaring need anymore. Right? Like, yeah, you can use a new linebacker. Yeah, DT2 is not the strongest, but it's not what it was. And as a 94-plus overall team, I mean, we're obviously the team to beat again. It's going to get ugly. Oh, my God. How much is this per? Okay, so we can afford it. I'm just going to offer the base. 7-year. Who are we losing, though? So we have no dimes left, and we have to pay Pitts, Brooks, Barton, Mitchell, Herbig, and a bunch of backups. So, yeah, the team would be in a little bit of a hole. They would be in not the best spot. And then you have Smith coming up next season. Yeah, that's not good. Losing the running back would be massive. Pitts, losing him would suck too. But losing the running back, we'd be right back to square one. Man, am I glad we're done after this one. It would have been really interesting to not win the Super Bowl in year 2, though. And, would have had to play the 5. But we don't. I will say, though, we're in jeopardy of missing the playoffs with this team, which is just laughably bad coding. Gonna need some coding to go finish this rebuild. Playoffs 11-6. as a 96 overall team, one of the highest overalls we've seen this Madden. And we only go 11-6. No point in looking at the schedule because, I mean, what kind of weird person at this point force loses games? Because we'd obviously be forced losing, not forced winning. 11-6 is like the low end for a team this good. And Brooks, he really hasn't shown a lot. He really, Kyle Pitts, what a year. Of course, going to go to Superstar of the Year. We can't afford him. Yeah, maybe paying the linemen weren't the best moves. But, I mean, really, who did we pay that we shouldn't have? Like, I'm trying to think of, like, who we paid that we shouldn't have. We paid 2 linemen, right? I don't think we paid any more than 2, unless you did pay. No, I think we did pay. We paid Powers Johnson, but even he's only 11.5. Lamar's back with the MVP award. Anything for us? Nothing for us. Trey Smith again. I mean, he's a hell of a lineman, I suppose, but little surprised to see it. Here it is. The Dallas Cowboys, not my favorite team to play against either. This could be a real lackluster finish. Here we go to the end of the game. 7-0. Still 7-0. 7-3. 10-3. 17-3. Like I said, this could be a lackluster finish. Maybe the Lions scheme is finally just falling off completely. I mean, you got to get a stop here. 3-3. You don't win the game if you don't get this stop. Even if you get this stop, they're like in a really good spot. Pinning us inside the 10. No timeouts. I mean, you're really hoping they throw the ball here and they don't complete it. But at the same time, throwing the ball here feels like a scary one. Oh, it is a scary one. It's a scary one. And we don't go up for it, and that will be the game. Wow. Wow. Back-to-back. Of course, it's Kittle that beats us, too, ironically enough. Back-to-back first-round losses. Obviously, the other one was a bye week, but it still counts. First game we played. I want to back out and see if the Chiefs scheme would have done anything different. I don't care. You know, we won one Super Bowl in this rebuild, and then every other playoff run was terrible. Just want to test it for experiment's sake. Sorry, Dan. It's time to move along. These schemes, people figured them out. They figured them out. It happens to everyone. It happens to the best of them. No one is undefeated besides Father Time. Let's go straight to the Super Bowl, see if we're in it. If we're in, I'm going to be so sad. Chiefs scheme wins again. Nope, not in it. I really wonder when we cut off, though. Eagles versus the freaking Patriots. I hate the Eagles so much. Aiden Hutchinson, ironically enough, the guy that took so many awards from us, and the Eagles are just so mean. And it's so rude. They lose to the freaking Patriots. No revenge, but... they don't need revenge. The Patriots got revenge, actually. But let's take a look when we lost. Let's see. Right away, anyways. Okay, never mind. Wow, EA really just like the gawk 3,000 to the Cowboys for how many years now? But unfortunately, that would be how this thing ends. I am curious to see where we would be money-wise, though. We have 19 mil. If you could even keep just the running back, I think you can make it happen, which it seems like they can. Could you do more than that, though? I don't know. I really don't know. So Brooks, even though I don't think he's that great, you want to keep him for obvious reasons because running back's hard to develop. That is $13 million per. You do a 4-year deal. Glad you got the deal done. So 7 mil left. Kyle Pitts does get to Superstar, but you just can't afford him, Barton, or Mitchell. Maybe you can actually get away with Mitchell, save some money. So you do a 5th-year option for Smith to save money down the line a little bit because you're pushing a contract, into the future a little bit. Can you save any money? I doubt it, right? Because these are fantasy draft contracts, so most of them are going to be... So you'd have to get rid of Stingley or Murphy, and I don't really think the value's there. And, these guys are already leaving anyways, so... Yeah, I mean, you'd keep Brooks. You could probably manage by drafting a wide receiver, but it would be a lesser team, and our 96 to 97 overall team already couldn't get the job done, so I'm not really sure how that would work out. But let's take a look at the team before we call this rebuild quits. O-line, got a couple of youngsters in there. I'm kind of curious to see their overalls at this rate. 89 overall. Finesse blocking for Graham Barton, obviously pretty lackluster. Kind of expected that is. I mean, it's always one style. Then we have the center, Jackson Powers Johnson, who looks a little bit more balanced. Still pretty bad at finesse blocking, but he's an interior guy. That's how I'd want him to be developed. Trey Smith is going to be really wild looking because he's going to be like 99 in most power blockings and like pretty bad in finesse. Let's see it. Really good. His only downfall is the pass block finesse, which does suck to have that low, but yeah, he's goated. Like 90 plus, basically 95 plus in like every rating except for pass block finesse. Then we go over to Mims, who's going to be really, really bad at finesse. Yeah, I mean, another power guy. So, I mean, this team, you get power moves against us, you just don't even get to see the quarterback. You don't even know what he smells like, let alone get to see what he feels like, which, I mean, the sus meter is off the charts. Brock Bowers, obviously, he's basically a wide receiver playing tight end, which we've already done that. We've already done the inverse, so it's too late. You can't do it for Bowers, too. McConkey, he never looked back. Except for his release. His release is terrible. There it is, 73. But yeah, 99 and a lot of ratings, 99 overall. Very solid. Let's see if Pitts ever got that short route up. I knew he's kind of low in the short route as of last year. Still 75. But yeah, he actually did work out as a pure wide receiver. A lot of really good seasons to get there, but normally I don't even see that. Adonai Mitchell, if you can actually afford to keep him, would be great too, as he's wide receiver 2 category, and he's been sit to number 3. Stuck at number 3, if you will. Brooks, kept him on a 4-year deal. Trucking and Stiff Arm didn't really get to where I would expect it to. Break tackle's pretty low too, but really good elusiveness, fair enough speed, and excel. And then we move on to J.J. McCarthy. I'm curious to see if he ever got that deep accuracy up, which he did. Other than play action, he's basically a 99 everything, right? 99 throw in the run, 99 break sack, 98 under pressure, 98 short, 98 medium, 96 deep. Very athletic. He is a solid quarterback. Played pretty well throughout as well. Let's take a look at the defense. Jesse Bates has regressed pretty hard. I don't think there's any way you can get rid of him, though, without losing, money. Yeah, I mean, it's like 1-to-1. Those fantasy draft contracts are brutal. His speed has taken a hit, but his pure talent really hasn't. So he's obviously still a really good player. Then we go back to the defense for Bullard. Dev-up's really kind of rare here. I mean, Verse still not an X Factor. He broke an NFL record that would probably never be broken. I mean, it's already been hard enough for, we've been seeing that in the news lately, actually, for someone to, beat Strahan's record, let alone an extra 2 sacks. So I'm not really sure where the thought process is on somebody breaking a sack record that might never be broken ever again. Not being good enough for X Factor, but sure, dude, whatever. Dorian Williams. Now, I can't believe how good this team is, and they didn't even make another Super Bowl. I mean, they were just in their beginning form when they made and won the Super Bowl. And here we are in a way better, stronger state, and we can't even get back there. I mean, look at Trevin Wallace. He does what Trevin Wallace does. He just becomes basically a cornerback playing linebacker. That's how good his coverage is. And he's no slouch in the block shed either. It's just ridiculous. Of course, we did talk about Barton would probably become the best. Not going to be as balanced, though. He's got good enough block shed to play DT. Coverage, not so much. Coverage is still very lackluster. Then you move back to the defensive side of the ball, where even though we didn't draft and develop Stingley or anything like that, I'm curious to see what he's like. Press isn't that good, but man in zone, very solid, obviously. As we now move on to the other cornerback, Carson, who gets to an 86 overall. It's taken him a long time to get there, but solid press corner. He reminds me a lot of Carlton Davis. That's just a Carlton Davis build every day of the week. And then we have Tyke Smith, 84 overall, also 26-27. Good, not great. And, missing that press a little bit. Athleticism is costing him a little bit, especially as a shorter player. Then we have Smith, 88 overall. Seems like the smart move to have started him. Problem is now he needs a contract, and we can't afford him. Got that 5th-year option. That's the best we're going to be able to do, which is going to cripple the team a little bit anyways, probably. We have Jared Verse now, 96 overall. Talked about how he should have been an X Factor. Somehow wasn't. I don't know how you can put up the seasons he's put and not be X Factor, but sure. Then we have 2 more defensive players. We have a Clay, who finally we get a natural dev up from one of our DTs. Clay is obviously great, 87 overall, looking promising, looking good. And then on the other spot, Byron Murphy, another guy we didn't develop, but since we're here, might as well take a look. And yeah, another really goated defensive tackle. Speed rusher is absolutely king. And speaking of king, you want to be a king, maybe think about leaving a like on the video and subscribing if you're new. Do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel. Obviously, rebuilds, fully franchises, experiments, all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content. Been playing a lot of Indiana Jones over there, so take a look. We would have had an episode yesterday. Might have another one tomorrow, which, speaking of tomorrow, for anyone that's a member, you will be able to get the exclusive rebuild that we are going to be doing once per month going forward. Probably going to try to keep it towards some sort of challenge rebuild so that people don't feel like they have to be, members to see a must-see rebuild, if you will, like a realistic style or like something like that. So probably going to keep it to challenge rebuilds as much as possible. And yeah, if you want to become a member, click the join button, select the subscribe button, and all the details will be there regardless. Thank you, members. Thank you, non-members. Just thanks for supporting in general, regardless. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.